Welcome to the UnderRated podcast. I am your host, G, and we are back with...
It's Big Tone. What's going on, cuzzo, from the other side?
Mob dog.
Formerly known as Marvelous Marv. Changed his name.
I mean, famous people can do that. They get changed their name, you know. Yeah. Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco,
Prince,
you know.
To formerly known as the same name, but
yeah,
that was weird, but that is what it is. How you been doing, Mom?
Right, man. Just living life.
Living life, practicing your battle bars.
That's what I'm doing. Hey, yo! Shout out to Tay-Rock, man.
Do y'all... I love my kids, but I think kids are terrible sometimes.
Girl, yes, them kids was bad as fuck anyway. Fuck them kids.
Man, shit. Terrible. You know they had that little slogan, fuck them kids. Now, I just seen the whole video and everything talking about fuck them kids and everything. But speaking of kids, though, hey, man, did y'all hear about Will Smith's daughter wrote a letter to Tupac telling him to come back and be with his mama?
Will Smith.
Be with her mama, I'm sorry.
Oh, whip my hair back and forth, girl. Okay.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah, okay.
How you feel about, man, what the fuck is Will Smith doing? He got a lot of shit happening right now.
He's Will Smith.
Yeah.
He always has a lot of shit happening. That's Will Smith. He's the Fresh Prince.
Yeah, but his daughter wrote a letter to Tupac telling him to come back to be with her mama.
Bruh. Fuck them kids.
Like, what is he not doing right?
Please come back from the dead, Tupac, and be with my mom.
Or maybe they have...
What?
Well, I'm just thinking, wait, man, I just thought about it differently. Maybe it don't mean that Will was doing something bad. Maybe she just understand what Tupac meant to her mama. You know what I mean? Like ultimately at the end, it's like Will Smith was the second choice. If she had a choice to be with Tupac, she would be with Tupac. But since Tupac not here,
so
she would Will Smith. Hey, look, I wouldn't mind being Will Smith in this situation. Either way, I'm winning. I mean,
man, there's plenty of chicks that's on the same level as her, man. Come on, man. Hey, I think we get caught up in this power couple thing. Like, they don't go through the same stuff we do.
Yeah.
And August was just, you know, I mean, Tupac was piping before Will, and, you know, August was piping during Will. So, I mean, it happens. Like, it is what it is. Fresh Prince or not, you still get tagged in the game, too.
Mom, dog, what you think, man? How you feel about this situation?
The whole situation with writing a letter to Tupac, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't read the letter, but I'm just listening to what you two are saying.
Right.
If she wrote a letter to Tupac saying, come back and be with my mom, then, all right. That doesn't mean Will Smith isn't a great dad.
Right.
You know, maybe she just feels that her mom loves Tupac more. And her mom would be happier with Tupac. That doesn't mean, she didn't say, Tupac, come back and be my dad. She said, come back and be with my mom.
I agree with that.
There's a difference in what she said. So we got to try to analyze that. If there was some context to it. Well, that's the context that I took from it.
And that actually makes a lot of sense, because you're right. It is in the verbiage. She didn't say come back and be my dad. She said come back and be with my mom. Now, so Will Smith is being a good job of his dad.
Let's take this into consideration. She was only 11 too. So I mean, at 11 years old, shit, I done said some things.
I don't know. My daughter is 11. Well, she will be in a few days.
Right.
And
she might say something to hurt your feelings.
But what she's saying is the truth. Only reason why I hurt your feelings is because you don't want to accept it.
That's true.
No, not necessarily. You're saying truth. Like, I don't think there's, like, truth to this. It's more of her
feelings.
Perspective. Yeah, the way she perceives it. Okay, I want you to come back and be with my mom. Excuse me. But it doesn't mean that what she's saying is correct. I want you to come back. If my 11, I don't have any children, for the record. So if there are any women out there that would like to, mom dog, I am currently accepting application. So please apply within or online.
You got to make sure you put it. You got to put his picture on that segment that when you edited the show, you put the picture right there. Call me at 555-555-555.
Please come with a checkup, a recent checkup. I need medical history.
You know what I mean? Don't worry about what I bring to the table. I bring the whole house.
Just be clean.
Be clean.
So,
and good.
I just feel like if I had an 11-year-old daughter, I would just think like, okay, she's going to see her say some things that she doesn't fully understand. If I said some things when I was 11, I'm pretty sure I said a lot of things I wasn't fully aware of what I was saying at the time. I think it's only relevant because of who her parents are.
Right.
There are 11-year-olds say a lot of shit, so we expect. Why are we holding this 11-year-old to a different standard? Like their kids say shit all the time. You're fat. You're fucking fat. We be like, get your little ass off my face. You're 11. Get off
and again, to support what I said before. When they say they fat, the only reason why their feelings was hurt because they was fat.
Let's be real about the situation. She really wanted Tupac back.
But that was to be with her mama, not to be her daddy.
Out of the grave.
How do that nigga might not be in the grave?
She said, I know you're alive somewhere.
Exactly.
Someplace. I think my mommy really misses you. Can you please come back? Can you come back so mommy and me can be happy? I really wish you were here. I really do. Love, Willow.
Nigga, what if Tupac come back?
I'm smacking the shit out of Tupac on Will Smith. I'm like, enough is enough.
Why?
Y'all know. Niggas has been disrespecting me all year.
So you got that's you thinking about it from that one small aspect. If Tupac really is still alive, and he came back
as a result of this letter?
No. Maybe that was just
I'm really pissed in.
Maybe he was teetering the whole time. Just saying hypothetically. You know, he was teetering, or when is the right time for me to go back so I can help get things right. I can help make things better, you know, to prove some shit, you know, that need to be proven, you know. And he come back, and then what will that do for, it won't necessarily do nothing for me personally, I don't think. But it may make an impact on society, maybe. I don't know. If he can explain some shit like, these the niggas who tried to kill me or whatever. I'm going way too deep right now because go down the road.
Motherfuckers are gonna be motherfuckers.
but why does she?
But he even said it in his song.
But why did she go so far as to call it an entanglement? She just did not want to say relationship
we going there early, Marvin. So you know what the entanglement is, right?
I know something about it.
All right, so
I've heard a little about it.
All right, so basically she runs her little red table talk, right? But she put people to the fire. She made Snoop Dogg cry, dog.
Hey, she brought herself to the fire.
And so I said, you know what? I appreciate that because she really did bring her feet. But she tapped around that thing. She did some she did a lot of chucking and driving around that.
Bro, you saw that remix, bro. I sent you that, James.
Entanglement?
Entanglement. You saw that remix, cuz Marv Dog.
I saw it.
Oh man, that thing was hilarious. Bro. I was weak.
So think about if your significant other was getting piped down and taking pictures with the other dude in public, and then when it comes to the surface, she owns it as an entanglement.
But you see at the same time.
I guess that's the sex position he had her in. He had her entangled, balled up in the pretzel position. That's how I can see it.
Exactly. That was the entanglement.
Shout out to y'all for doing the pretzel position. I've been practicing. I need to go to yoga so I can get a little more flexible so I can put her in it.
That's when you put the
so shout out to y'all for being able to do it.
But I think, during the conversation, though, he did. Will Smith did. He did what a good, I guess, interviewer is supposed to do. He asked her those hard questions to get her to explain it. You know what I mean? Because like entanglement. I mean, you mean relationship? Yeah, I mean relationship. That's what she said. She was like, yeah, it was an entanglement, but she did say relationship one time in that conversation.
That was it. After that,
you know what I mean? But it was all to reflect. That shit is an entanglement now. That's the new code.
Yeah. Hey, no, I wasn't cheating. We were just calling it an entanglement. That's all that was. We got caught up at the store together.
But I do want to say this about it. August wasn't supposed to say nothing, bro. He was just supposed to take that one and move on and know how to maneuver through life, bro. Come on, she married. And for all us public people, the public court, the judgment, We already knew they had an open relationship, open marriage from the beginning. We said that shit, 10 years ago or so. Yeah. Like, everybody was judging out. They got an open marriage. And I'm like, shit, nigga, they got an open marriage.
My thing is, the way he represented himself when he came up there.
Through August.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, this is classic simp behavior here.
Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. People are mad at each other, right? And for one, it's silly when you're mad at each other about a color. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm mad at men. Like, yo, like you in these positions, right? Grab your nuts, bro. I understand you love your wife and you cherish your wife and you put her above.
Who you talking about right
no
now?
Other. I'm just saying in general. I'm seeing a lot of that type of behavior right there.
Who is that type?
Like the August Alsina, that simp behavior. Like real men would have dusted Jada off 1,000 times. Hey, you would have never saw me on stage talking about that because I want to keep dusting her off. Like what are you talking
but even
about?
even if we won't doing it no more, you get a salute and you move on. How you feel about that, Marv? Marv, dog?
Yeah, I ain't going, like, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just not going to talk about it. Like, that's just who I am. Right. But August Alsina, he's his own man. So if he felt like that what should have been done, he did it. I think we got to realize something, too. Like, I am not in the entertainment business, in the entertainment industry. Right. So they live different lives. Now you have Jada and Will. Like some of the most, most powerful actors and actresses, or actor and actress of our time, of my generation. Yeah. I was born in '85. So growing up, Set It Off, and that was with Jada. Bad Boys with Will Smith, Fresh Prince, all that with Will Smith. I'm looking at them and like, okay, there are two prominent figures in the entertainment industry. Then we get to this, fast forward, I don't know how many years, let's say 20 years now. And we're here at this point, and now this is happening to them. You really think that they didn't have this discussion before they got to a red table or the red carpet, whatever table that is, whatever color it is? I don't know.
Was practice.
Yeah.
Before they started having this discussion, like, but come on now.
Yeah. They probably hit it.
To me, it's they just giving it to the world now, and they're delivering it in a way that they can profit off of it. They're going to profit off of this information,
right?
If they already understand behind the scenes. So, and it's not. It's just okay. All right. It's a dude and his wife. They've been fucking with each other for a while. They broke up. She went and got some young nigga dick. Then she came back, and now the young nigga is pussy whipped, and he might be talking. He's just talking about it because he's hurt. He felt like he was misled, but she already knew where her heart was with Will because it's Will. All right, then that's the end of the story. Like, the shit didn't happen to me before. Mm-hmm. I done been, like, I saw a post that says, like, I've been in all three positions before. Mm-hmm. I think I've literally been in all three positions before. So to me, this is nothing but okay, somebody took a break. Somebody got their pussy smacked. Somebody came back. Somebody said something about it. All right, now they're going to talk about it to the world. And let's move on. If they're going to keep smacking that pussy, that's the real question.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not messing up my opportunity, bro.
So, but the question is, I know he just had an album to come out.
Oh, yeah.
So, was this whole thing a publicity stunt to get some buzz about himself when the album came out? So now he getting interviews and he get to promote his album and everybody want to go buy his album and see, oh, shit, he might be talking about that, y'all.
Of course. And that's what I mean by simpish behavior.
And then at the same time, though, let me ask you this to hit something that you had touched on just a second ago, Marv. You was like, because they entertainers, right? It says they in the entertainment business, right? So since they're in the entertainment business, is their whole life for our entertainment? You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, everything is blown out of proportion because they are celebrities. Even when Kevin Hart, when his whole situation when he just cheated, he had to go around and apologize to the world because he cheated. Motherfuckers cheat all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
all the time.
So is it their whole life is entertainment, or is it just limited to the stuff they choose to entertain us with?
That's a good question.
Oh yeah, it's just what they choose to entertain us with. Like we're not exposed to their everyday life. Like we're not. We only exposed to what they show us. Right. Like, that's an easy question to answer. Like it's not like we have hidden cameras. You know what I mean? Spying on them at all times. No, they sat down. There was a platform. interviews, anybody who knows anything about an interview, you discuss the topics, the information, and you go into it.
Right.
They knew what they were going to talk about. They're not new to this. They're true to this. Like, they are. They like what? They are true to this. Like, that's why they're Will and Jada. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why they're Will and individually, he's Will Smith. Alone, she is Jada Pickett.
Right.
Period.
And they still.
You don't think together they're gonna do? I want them to come out with a fucking movie. I want to see a movie similar related to this incident.
Swinging.
This is gonna be. Like, come on now.
I tell you what though, if they do come out with a movie, this shit,
movie.
Everybody gonna motherfucking watch it. I know I'm gonna watch it, but they gotta have some action in there.
Eyes wide shut.
They gotta have some action.
Will Smith as himself, Jada Pickett as herself.
Mm.
Oh, that's definitely.
And then let Willow read the letter.
Oh shit!
Oh.
How about that? Like then
what is gonna be called? The day I chased Tupac.
It's gonna be called That Day in August.
Yes, that's a good thing.
What are we talking about, man? What's next? What are we talking about next? I'm a little tipsy. I don't want to get off too far ahead.
No, we gonna go ahead.
Oh no, let's talk about what
you supposed to get your rebuttal. You supposed to answer something what I said about entertainment is their whole life for our entertainment.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, cause look at this. Remember when you was talking about the Kevin Hart situation, right? Mm-hmm. Remember when Dave Chappelle came back to the United States and he was like, "Oh no, I ain't wearing no dress." They interviewed Kevin Hart 2 weeks later. Hey, what do you think about the dress situation Dave Chappelle was talking about? You know, and he was like, well, you know, you got to protect your brand. Your brand is the most important thing, right? Mm-hmm. 2 weeks later, he's in the dress. In the pink and the purple dress.
What?
Right.
When
on Saturday Night Live.
He was on it. I ain't see it.
Yeah. So it is. They do that for us. They set us up. Like, you see, they was setting us up for something. Like, it was like, they was interviewing this dude.
To see if he would do it.
Yeah, and then he was like, well, you got to protect your brand. Then I just see him in the dress. I was like, okay.
Maybe that was part of his brand.
Yeah, that's part of his brand. So, but let's talk about Mr. Don Lemon.
Okay. I don't know what you about to go with, but let's go.
What did Don Lemon do? That's my guy. That's my guy.
Oh, my God. Don Lemon sucks, man. You like Don Lemon?
You like Don Lemon? Nigga, I
think he all right with me.
I just
sucks, man.
I watch on CNN. You talking about the dude from CNN, right?
Yeah.
Don Lemon is a puppet used to entertain.
All right, so let's talk. Did you see the interview with Terry Crews?
Hell no. That was stupidity shit to me. I don't want to watch that. No, I did not.
Okay. Why you say it was stupidity?
Like, why? Like, I don't care about what these people think. Leave me alone, man. Just shut up. People keep saying, all these people saying these weird, I don't know. I think people just want attention. It's hard to get attention in this time, especially with COVID going so rapidly and the numbers increasing. Yeah. People are just kind of doing whatever just to get on the controversy sales, sex sales. So if you're not sexual, if you're not a sex figure, you're going to be controversial. So you got to say something that's crazy. You got to say something that people are going to respond to, and then you get to apologize, and then people get to forgetting, and then they forget you even said anything, and then you go about your life. But you're going to prosper in the time. You didn't say anything crazy. I just feel like...
honestly, and Marvin, I feel you though. But I disagree. I think some people are actually saying how they feel, and they're getting the business for it, but they're saying it. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that some of the people are in the entertainment business or have a position or whatever. But the reason I asked you about the Don Lemon Terry Crews interview was because he pretty much, and I understand. And this is controversial, but he pretty much confirmed me what I already thought. You know what I'm saying? About that movement that involves Black lives. So I was like, I'm okay with this because I'm finally like, okay, I got a confirmation. Black Lives Matter is about this. So you got to start your own thing. That's what he said. Start your own thing to save the kids in the community. And I was like, hey, I appreciate you saying that, bro. Like, finally, someone said it, because they wouldn't say it.
Who are they?
The movement.
the movement.
BLM. That's all I'm gonna say. Because there's people crying out for them in the streets of Chicago and New York. Like, hey, like, this is a big title you got, you know, so does it apply to us and our kids? No answers. So Don Lemon finally answered it for me.
He said start your own movement?
Yeah. He said Black Lives Matter is not about that. It's about equality and police-involved activities. It's not about the kids getting killed in the community.
For that, the Black Lives...
Whoa.
The Black Lives Matter movement, you know, I feel like it may have been started from police brutality and things, but it can't be valid until you consider that all Black lives matter, period. You know what I mean? So I don't feel that it should be geared to one specific area. If you know, it should umbrella and incorporate everything as far as to, first of all, our people shooting our own people too, because if we're gonna prove to them that Black Lives Matter, we need to prove to ourselves that Black Lives Matter. You know, that, and like one thing that you touched on a lot of times, as far as little kids getting hurt now. The younger generation is dying off way too fast. Who are we gonna be able to trust with tomorrow if we don't got nobody to take care of it?
Numbers are dwindling.
So in so many different ways.
Yes.
But I think the Black Lives Matter movement should be for all. But I can understand their agenda right now. Maybe this is their first focus, and then they can focus on other things once they accomplish this one, because this one is major.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it is.
I thought it was all.
Why did I didn't mean to.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Why did the Black Lives Matter movement start?
Oh, it was actually behind George Zimmerman.
We've all served in our country in a different capacity,
right,
or the same. I would just say that.
Right.
So we understand what it's like to have missions. Now, if you're assigned a mission Black Mamba, rest in peace.
Right.
Mission Black Mamba, to go in and go hard. You have one mission to go into this city, take over this building, you know what I mean, whatever, free whoever's in there, whatever the case may be.
Right.
That is your mission.
Right.
When you start throwing in other objectives into that mission, and get a little fuzzy.
Right.
You don't have that clear sight of what you're doing. I can agree with, let's not incorporate everything into like this one movement.
Right.
Let's not do that, because then you lose focus on the actual goal. You have so many different goals in your mission and your movement, then you start focusing on other things. Like, let's focus on this. Let's start something else for this. Yes, I see it all the time. I agree. I'm not going to say I agree with anything because I haven't heard it. I haven't read up on it.
Right.
I don't know much about it. But I will say that. Let's keep Black Lives Matter for what Black Lives Matter, what it was created for. And let's focus on that, and let's see that through. We can create something else over here to say Black Lives Matter to Black people. Let's just say, I'm not saying that should be it, but let's just say that's it. That's the new movement. Black Lives Matter to Black people. They give us a clear vision.
Right. I agree.
Black, you're Black.
Right.
Understand that your life matters to me. My life should matter to you. That's different. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I agree. You know what I mean? I do like the idea of staying focused on that one term, and then you accomplish that goal, then you can focus on something else.
Right. Right. Honestly, man, overall, I feel like I agree with what he said, you know what I mean? And we do have to start something else for the community as far as like saving the kids and stuff. But overall, it's some rough times out here for men. Like, shout
out before we get too far, I want to say shout out to those nonprofits that's already exist and the ones to come into fruition that we're going to make happen, to reach out to those kids as well.
Word. So y'all can give us millions of dollars too. Okay? But we're going to use it.
And not even just the nonprofits. Not even just the nonprofits. I'm going to take it a step further and say any organization. You can be a nonprofit or not.
Right.
Whatever you're doing, if you're trying to help the community, trying to help the kids, trying to help the movement, the mission, shout out to you.
Right. Word. Well, look, man. Hey, Marv, it's been an honor to talk to you and Big Toe at the same time, because I know last time I messed it up. But
we needed her to speed it up before it mess up this time.
Yeah, so this is the Underrated Podcast. I'm your host, Ed G.
It's Big Tone. We got
Mom, dog.
And we out.
Yup.